Hey, what's up guys? This is Edward here, and today I'm going to talk about a home buying service that closes in 14 days. You probably heard it on the ads or billboards, radio, etc. It's called Opendoor. And pretty much how it works is pretty simple. What it is like you type in your address, they give you an offer letter, and then if you want to close on it, then ultimately you just say, yeah, I'll just close on it, and then you show up, you sign the papers, and you're done. For me, that process took 14 days. This is not a sponsorship or anything, I'm just showing you how Opendoor is and everything because I had a positive experience with them as a normal person. Mind you that I'm not a realtor, I'm a computer guy, as you can see by the stickers on this machine here. So I work in IT and this is my experience. So let's start with day one. So I did an Opendoor request on one of the houses, and then Opendoor came back with an offer of $168,900 for that house on day 3. So it took them that long to get back to me, after which I countered with a video of my home condition and everything. Because this house is like recently renovated and everything, it's got like the granite countertops, it's got the tile flooring, it's got new carpets, it's got new paint and everything. I'm like, you know what? This house is worth a bit more than that. I couldn't take just the offer that they said. So I sent that video back to them, after which they came back and they're like, okay, fine, we'll give you a little bit more than that. So I said yes. I got a contract and some documents. I signed the Opendoor contract. And then on day 5, I had to provide documents to Opendoor. So they gave me like a signature authorization, an information packet, wiring instructions, authorization form. They asked me for some IDs, and then the land survey, which if you don't have a land survey, it's gonna cost $400, so make sure you keep it if you close on a house. On day 5, I worked with the bank to get the payoff, so I owed like $120,000, and of course the difference between that. And then the fee breakdown, I'll get to that a bit later. But on day 6, what happened is they came back with like title documentation, Schedule B, tax certificate, vesting deeds, so a couple of things that I needed for records and for signing and all that stuff. On day 6, they did a walkthrough of the house just to make sure that everything was in good condition as I had said it is. And at this time, they're gonna try to lowball you with repairs. So here's something to take note. Opendoor, they can take like a repair credit at the time of closing, or you pay them up front. You can do the repairs yourself. You can do some of the repairs and have them do part of it. So just keep that in mind. Ultimately, it was one repair. They said something about the AC, and ultimately it was like $585 they wanted to deduct from my offer. And I'm like, you know what? No. So I countered, and then they're like, okay, fine, $335, just call it done. And I'm like, yeah, that's okay. So it was the offer letter that I had increased, and then they took a little bit off that as well for the repairs. Then on day 11, so all the repairs and everything were done, countered, got that credit as I had mentioned. It was time to schedule for closing. So it's day 11, they furnished the payoff statement. And this is where the fees get interesting, because $9,300 went to Opendoor as a service charge. And then the $335 charge for the repair, and then $1,258 for the owner's title premium, the $400 for the settlement closing fee, $99 for document preparation, and then $100 for some miscellaneous fees. So you know what? Yep, there it is. In the end, out of that transaction, I had a little equity in the house, so I did essentially get like $5,000, I believe, out of that, and then ultimately had to write it against the repairs on the house, which were like roof and all that stuff that happened over time. So ultimately broke even on the house after living in it for a little bit. So then after signing and agreeing on the payoff statement, the combined closing statement, and all those other documents, day 12 came, and that is when it was time to schedule the closing day. So the closing day we scheduled for just 2 days after that. And at the closing day, they pretty much tell you where do you have to go, what do you have to bring. So pretty much 2 forms of ID and myself. And then they have the pens, they have the snacks, they got the papers and all that stuff ready to go. So day 14 ended up being the closing day. Day 15, 2 weeks after, it was officially signed, dated, done, everything. So from day 1 to day 15, that's pretty much what the time frame was. Now here's the interesting part about Opendoor. So imagine I sold them my house. I wanted to see what they did to the house after that. So day 16, they list the house as coming soon for like $188,000, something like that. So of course, I initially got an offer for $168,000 and then got it bumped up just a little bit. They took out some repair credits, they got their Opendoor fees, whatever. And they do coming soon for $186,000. So I'm like, whoa, that sounds pretty big. But I'm thinking to myself, you know what? They're not gonna get that either. So they asked for a little bit more. Now, on day 18, in between all of this, I finally got the escrow refund and everything from my mortgage company, like, the remaining taxes, insurance, whatever, that came back to me as a check. So it was pretty good. They took care of that, and I just made sure to follow up and make sure you get the pay off statement from your mortgage mortgage company, just so you could have that for your records. Then on day 19, Opendoor actually lists the house for $178,000. And out of that, here's the interesting part is 108 day 108 after I initially received that offer is when they sold the house for $175,000. So I'm just thinking to myself, whoa, like, oh my gosh. So for us, it took 2 weeks to close. And ultimately, if I were to sell my house using the traditional method, I would have to wait that long to get it sold. Unless, of course, I had a very good realtor. So of course, Opendoor, they gave me time on my side. I was able to get into my new house and everything went well. So overall, I thought that the offer was fair for the market, and I probably could have squeezed out just a little bit more if I went out of the realtor, went with the realtor route, so about 10% more. But of course, I don't know if I could bear the weights between the starting of that process all the way through the end of it. Like, imagine, there's a lot of fees going into it, like house sitting for 80 days. You gotta pay the security, you gotta pay HOA, you gotta pay taxes and interest on the mortgage and the mortgage payments and electricity, and just check back on it from time to time. That would have been a headache, really. So Opendoor, you know what? A lot of people on YouTube say no to Opendoor, but I say yes to Opendoor. So thank you very much, guys, for watching this. If you have any questions about Opendoor and this experience, please let me know below, and please drop a like, please comment down below, please subscribe to the channel. I'm pretty much going to be posting a lot of financial type videos from now on. Hopefully that will benefit the subscribers. Until then, see you next video. Thank you very much.